and he's got level 3. This should do it right here. Is this gonna kill?
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. It's the Roundup. You know the drill by now. Every week here on Reversal, I round up the last 7 days of tournament action across the 4 corners of the FGC globe. And it's been impossible to avoid Street Fighter 6. It's out there in the wild right now, and you know people love competitive action. So we're going to give you a Street Fighter 6 special this week on the Roundup. We've got majors with $10,000 prize pots. We've got returning offline community events held in historic venues. We've got online series starting up. So all aboard the hype train. First stop, Street Fighter 6 major action.
We have seen some sick action with this game already. You see some more greasy grime coming through.
The first major of the American Street Fighter 6 campaign was on launch weekend, and it was Dreamhack Dallas. $10,000 prize pool was enough to bring out some notable professionals as well as unearth some online myths, and 2 of those went head to head in the first round of top 8 as Punk faced off against Hawaiian Shirtman. Hawaiian Shirtman's DJ was looking dangerous and he had Punk behind 2-1, but Punk brought it back with his �‌𝐸𝐷. Those drive rush conversions looking clean already. And he advanced into winners finals 3-2 as the shimmy did the work, as Street Fighter 5 tactics still working in Street Fighter 6.
Punk will move on.
On the loser's side, Shine was going on a run and his 𝐸𝐸𝐷 was looking optimal as he caught Jan in town off guard with the drive impact into the wall crush and closed out 3-2. He then caught Dustin with the overhead into the spray can combo and burned all of his meter to put him in position to win.
No, not yet, but the light connects Shine.
In winners final, it was Punk facing off against Death Note, and although Death Note tried to make a spirited comeback, Punk soon put a stop to that and closed out a 3-1 win to get him into the grand finals. Back on the losers side, Shine closed out a tense set against Hawaiian Shirtman, and it was all about the vibes for Hawaiian Shirtman as those maracas came out. He faced Death Note in losers final in a mirror match, but it was entirely one way as Shine's red 𝐸𝐸𝐷 did all the work. The drive impact crush into the corner again optimized for the kill.
Shine moved on to grand finals,
Which meant we saw 2 familiar faces in grand finals as Punk faced off against Shine yet again. For the first time though in Street Fighter 6. Punk looked incredible though. His light drive rush confirms were clean and his corner pressure was immaculate as he closed out with the level 3 to go 2-0 up. Punk showing his levels of class though to close it out, the drive impact not catching him off guard.
Oh, he does it with the super! Are they gonna kill? It will!
And interrupted in burnout with the super to close it out 3-0, and Punk is your Dreamhack Dallas champion. 𝐸𝐸𝐷, of course, reminding us that CEO is coming in a couple of weeks, and Dreamhack Atlanta going to be one of the biggest events we've seen yet for fighting games in America.
Step backwards. Okay, so it's me back.
In Dubai, V/Esports event Slash and Dash returned, this time for the first time showing off Street Fighter 6, and it attracted a host of players from a number of different countries. Of course, NASA Esports Big and Angry Birds were both there representing, as it was only a short trip for them, but we also saw Amu, the Pakistani player using Jury, and HSN, one of the rising talents from Cameroon, famed for his Rashid, now using 𝐸𝐸𝐷. They even had our own F-Word on commentary, who's now based out there. In top 8 winners, Angry Bird caught HSN not blocking his toes, and this conversion from the drive rush into the level 3 closed out the game for the win. Meanwhile, on the other side, Big Bird, who has been terrorizing everyone with his Marissa, managed to absolutely crush Abood B-Boy 3-0 to cruise into winners final. Winners final was a tense affair as Big Bird and Angry Bird faced off, and it went to game 5, but that bullying Marissa proving too much, and it was Big Bird that made it into grand finals on the winner's side. Meanwhile, in losers, HSN was going on a great run with his 𝐸𝐸, and he eliminated Amu of Pakistan into 4th place, where he would go on to face Angry Bird's Ken in the losers final. Angry Bird proving too strong though, and his Ken was looking incredibly comfortable as he cruised to a 3-1 victory and earned that run back in the grand finals against Big Bird's Marissa. But that bullying Marissa was looking far too strong, and Angry Bird in the end went down.
Oh, he tried to bet. Ready? Oh, that's it.
3-0, and Big Bird claimed the title as Slash and Dash Street Fighter 6 champion. Whilst in the West, people were eager to jump straight into tournament action, most of the Japanese players were happy to just experiment online with the incredible infrastructure that Street Fighter 6 provided. However, Paradise FGC ran an offline tournament inside Tokyo's Red Bull gaming sphere that attracted some recognized names. Satoki's DJ managed to close out over Dennis's jury with a 3-0 sweep in the grand finals. He'd already beaten him 3-2 in winners finals, reversed 3-0ing from a 2-0 deficit, and they were the only 2 games that Satoki dropped in the entire tournament. Dennis brought out both the jury and the GP in the first game of the grand finals, but he got perfected in the second round and quickly switched back. Peoplekun's 𝐸𝐸 finished 3rd after a great losers run, having been sent to losers bracket by Dennis's earlier on, and 𝐸𝐸's Ken finished in 4th. With many of the professional killers waiting in the wings, I cannot wait to see offline competition in Japan. Offline in California, it was the Riverside Game Lab that brought out some of the big names for Street Fighter 6. And there were definitely some familiar faces in winners semi-final as Chris T faced off against Alex Myers. On the other side of winners semi-final, it was great to see Julio back competing again, going up against Ultra David, who was definitely enjoying this iteration of E-Honda. Julio was showing some optimized JP play as he closed that round with a perfect and went on to get his place in winners finals, which meant we would see the 2 old sparring partners in Chris T and Julio go up against each other, but this time it would not be the Ken mirror match. Chris T's corner pressure led to the big opening, and he was able to close out a convincing win in winners finals to move on to grand finals in the winners side, and Julio would go back down to waiting in losers side. In losers semi-finals, Ultra David got the better of Flaquito's DJ, and he'd get the run back against Julio in losers. Julio's JP proved too strong this time though, and he closed out a 3-0 win to eliminate David from the tournament. He'd go on to face Chris T in grand finals, but Ultra David, after getting 3rd, put himself back on the commentary desk to call the action alongside James Chen. The grand finals were one-way traffic, and Chris T closed out a 3-0 victory, his Ken dominant for the entire tournament, only dropping a single game throughout the whole bracket to take the win at Riverside.
Huge because they are switching sides. Just one more.
Saltmine League in Europe saw over 200 players sign up for their first Street Fighter 6 tournament post-release. And there were big names all across the European FGC on that lineup. Nassim Claw's E-Honda was looking absolutely terrifying, and he sent Mr. Crimson to losers in winners semi-finals in emphatic fashion with this perfect. Meanwhile, Ending Walker's Ryu was doing the workman-like job of advancing into winners finals, sending Fittizen down into losers side. The final 4 was looking very French, with 3 out of the 4 players representing the tricolor. But it was Ending Walker who managed to overcome and get his place in grand finals as he beat Nassim Claw 3-0 in winners finals. Down in the losers bracket, 𝐸𝐸 and Crimson faced off in a master and apprentice match that has continued in Street Fighter 6. Crimson with an exclamation point on his win, which earned him the run back against Nassim Claw in losers finals, and that Honda damage was looking obnoxious.
Yeah, dude, these hands are ready to eat for everyone. Yo, the super.
Crimson eliminated from the tournament, which means we were going to see a run back of winners finals. This time though, it was a lot closer and it went to a game 5, but in the end, Ending Walker was able to get the job done and he took the first Saltmine League of the Street Fighter 6 release era. Shout out to Ritas and the crew, lots more events coming from them, so you make sure you check them out. Heading over to New York now, and it was Casa and Team Stickbug's house party that was held at Next Level. And whilst Shine was over in Dallas, competing at Dreamhack, it fell on 𝐸 to hold down home turf. One of the cool things about this tournament is they had 2 separate brackets. The first one was open to all characters. Yes, that includes the beta characters that some people may have a little bit more experience than others with. The second bracket though was for players that wanted to enter and only use characters that were not available to try out in any of the beta tests. And here's a big spoiler for you, 𝐸 won both brackets. After a Marissa mirror in losers final of the non-beta character tournament, Defeat Lee stepped up to go against 𝐸 in grand finals. And having put in a lot of work with Manon, as many were expecting 𝐸 to do, the level 5 command grab put in work here as 𝐸 took first place. In winners final of the Anything Goes bracket, 𝐑𝐞𝐯𝐿's jury was looking strong, taking 𝐸 down to a final round situation, but he wasn't able to get the job done and 𝐸 advanced. One close jury mirror later in losers final against Green Tea, and 𝐑𝐞𝐯 was back up against 𝐸 in grand finals for the run back. But in grand finals, it looked like 𝐸 had the download fully complete as he took his second tournament of the day with some excellent spacing, interrupting 𝐑𝐞𝐯's drive rush attempt and punishing with a huge optimized combo. 𝐸 looks to be off to a great start with his Street Fighter 6 career. Can't wait to see more. Also in New York, Bum's Arena of Chaos returned to OSNYC, this time featuring Dragon Ball FighterZ and Street Fighter 6 on the lineup. And whilst Combo Breaker champion Nitro continued his winning ways in DBFC, he wasn't the only Combo Breaker finalist to make it to grand finals, as the UMVC runner-up Ray Ray made it all the way through to grand finals with his Chun-Li. In winners finals, Sage cruised past Necro Undyne's JP to take the winner's spot in grand finals. That jury looking very impressive. But Ray Ray cruised past Necro Undyne in losers finals to earn his spot in the grand finals with an impressive 3-0 win. Ray Ray was able to reset the bracket on Sage's Lily 3-1 with this interruption CA. That sent Sage back to character select and they pulled out their jury, which managed to get the job done as Ray Ray was not able to keep up the momentum and Sage closed out a grand final win 3-1 themselves and took the first AOC Street Fighter 6 title. Alright guys, that's all we got time for you this week on the Roundup. Don't worry, next week we're going back to our usual scheduled programming, covering all of the games under the FGC, not just Street Fighter 6. But we've got a whole heap of Street Fighter 6 for you right here on Reversal. Wednesday, we're going offline. Winner Stays On Weekly returns in London. We're going to have some of the biggest and best names in the London FGC competing in Street Fighter 6, and we'll be streaming that for you live on the Reversal Twitch. Of course, if you can make it down, then check out Reversal_GG on Twitter, where you can find all the information on how to sign up for that. If you want to play online, we've got you covered as well. Thursdays is the Ultimate Open series. That returns, and we're opening that up for EMEA, that's Europe, the Middle East and Africa, as well as North America. Shout out to you all on the team running that one. That is available to sign up for free online, and again, hit up to Reversal_GG for all the info on that as well. And then in over a week's time, we return to the Red Bull Gaming Sphere, where we have 2 incredible events back to back. First up, it's the debut of our new format called the Big Four. 4 champions defend the honor of their city from invaders. We'll see whether we can find someone powerful enough to overcome 4 of the greats of Street Fighter in London. Then on Saturday, we're back in the gaming sphere once again because Winner Stays On Open returns and we will be sending one player to fly to South Africa to compete in the last chance qualifier for an opportunity to perhaps fight in the cage alongside some of the greatest names in fighting game history. And we're going to be joined by one of them on commentary. Problem X will be there on the mic. And that doesn't even include all of the Street Fighter 6 video content that we're going to be dropping, plus even more across the FGC. It's going to be a very, very busy year for Reversal. Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. Give us a follow on the social media. The Twitter is Reversal_GG. And of course, give us a follow or even a sub on the Twitch. That's @ReversalGG. I'll see you for some more GGs next week on the Roundup. Take care and I'll see you then.